everybody, welcome back. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Amy.
And we're Martin Midlife Misadventures. Tell them what we got.
Today, Ashley is cooking us some Vienna weenies.
That's right, we're going to cook these Vienna sausages. This is the one thing that we get tons of questions about. How do we eat them? How do we cook them? What do you recommend? So I'm going to show you how I recommend you eat them. And what else am I doing?
She's baking bread in the camp oven.
In the camp oven, everybody. We're going to cook this bread, homemade, from scratch. Let's get started. Okay, the first thing we need to do is get our dough ready. This dough I started about 3 hours ago. It's proofed up really nice. I put a very light dusting of flour here on the board. And all I'm going to do is get it down. And we're going to fold it in on itself and put it in a pan and let it proof. So I'm just going to fold it in once. And I'm going to fold it in twice. I've got a pan here. I'm going to spray it. I'm going to spray the pan just to prevent any sticking. I'm using this Dollar Tree coconut spray. This stuff is so good, everybody. I recommend you try it. Okay. Now we're going to take our dough. We're going to place it in the pan, seam down. And I know it seems strange, but we got to press it down to make it fit this pan. Then I'm going to cover it with a piece of plastic, and we're going to come back in an hour and see what it looks like. See that, everybody? That's what we're going to cook in our camp stove. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about is this door. It opens very well, and you can see I have our bread in here. It's proofing. This is not on. It's just a warm space. That's why I put it in there. It has a temperature control gauge. And I was very disappointed because the second we pulled, this had a handle here, and it came completely off the second we pulled it up. So it'll be okay, but we don't have a handle now. We'll try to fix that somehow. Now I read that these ovens do very well if you cover them with a little tent of tin foil and you put them on this type of camping stove where one side is going to block these holes over here. So I'm going to put some foil on it. I'll be right back. This is the handle I was talking about. It was right up here, and the second we pulled it up, it popped right off. All right, we got it lit. Come back when it's at 350. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open all these cans of these Vienna sausage bites, and I'm going to dump out all of the juice. I'm just going to drain them all, get all this hot dog juice off of there. All right, we've got our pan going, and I'm going to add a little bit of butter to it. A little bit of butter. And our Vienna sausages. See that, everybody? It just looks like little cut up hot dogs. Dump those in. Dump those in. Let me show you. I might open a third can. See them? See them in there? We're going to give these a nice browning. I added the butter because the chicken franks and the turkey franks, they don't have as much fat in them. So this is going to help us let them get nice and crispy. I'll come back when we're to that point. All right, I think our oven's ready. I'm going to open it. Ooh, it's hot stuff. See our bread's all nice and risen? I'm going to put that in there. Can you see it? All right, we're going to close that door. We're going to check back with this in about 30 minutes. Okay, we're going to take a peek in here. Ooh, these are getting nice and brown. I have to say, they do not smell like hot dogs, though. It does not smell very hot doggy. But look at them. See how they're getting a nice golden brown? I'm going to keep this going, and I'm going to add my onions. Okay, I've diced up some onion here. We're going to add this to our pot. I'm also going to add a few dehydrated items. I'm going to add some more onion, but this is dehydrated. Got a handful or so. This is a personal preference of ours. I'm going to add some jalapenos. Of course, if you don't like spicy things, don't add that. But here's some dehydrated jalapenos. A little more than that. I'm also going to add some dehydrated chilies. Let's see. See these? Add those in there. Those are our hatch chili. Not a real hot chili, but it's going to give it some good flavor. Just give it a stir around. Oh, it smells so good already. All right. Let's turn the heat on that down just a little bit. Put our lid on, and we're going to get the beans. Okay, time to open our beans. I have 2 cans of these Bush's brown sugar and hickory beans. These are so delicious. Both of these cans have a dent in them, and that's why I chose these beans for this weenie bean meal. Let's get them open. All right. Now we're rolling. There we go. All right, we're not draining anything off of these beans. We're just going to dump them right in. And let's get the next can. Get these beans in here. Now I'm going to add my seasonings. I like to keep my garlic. This is just garlic powder. I keep it in a regular shaker because I use it at almost every single solitary meal. So I just like to keep this in a shaker, as well as smoked paprika. I use it almost with every single meal. So I just keep it in a shaker. Makes my life a lot easier. I am going to add some onion powder to this. Some cracked black pepper. And I'm going to add some parsley. Now this parsley I did last year in my dehydrator. See how it's in this peppercorn bottle? I just keep all my spice bottles. I keep them all. We're going to use the last of this parsley. Add it. Okay, parsley's in. And now I have an empty container for some more parsley. Let's stir this up. Let me show you. Pan's getting heavy. Can you see that, everybody? Can you see all the little hot dogs, the little Vienna sausages, all the onions? Now we're going to let this simmer. We're going to let this simmer while our bread is cooking and let all those dehydrated vegetables come back to hydration and flavor these beans. Okay, we're going to peek at this bread because I think we might need to flip it around. Oh my goodness, can you see that, everybody? Ooh, that's hot, hot. All right, let's get this moved. Just going to turn it. There we go. There we go. Few more minutes. Okay, let's give it a stir. It's getting nice and bubbly. I'll lift it so you can see. Can you see that, everybody? Oh, it smells so, so good. I think letting the little hot dog Vienna sausages really cook inside something gives them a really good flavor. This is going to be so delicious. Can you see that fresh baked bread, everybody? In the camp oven. Homemade, fresh baked bread. I am so pleased with this oven. This is a game changer. I cannot even believe this bread. I'm so anxious to look at the underside of it to make sure it's not burnt. Would you look at that? Can you see this loaf, everybody? Isn't it beautiful? It smells good. It feels good. We're going to let it cool completely because you never want to cut your bread when it's hot because it just smashes it. Look at that in the camp oven. I think that's a keeper, and I'm super impressed with how well it cooked. The bottom is not burnt. Super, super impressed with this gadget. To go with dinner tonight, we are going to harvest this tomato. Here it is, our first really big beefsteak tomato. All right, let's cut this tomato. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do to these is I'm going to add a little pepper, a little salt, and then we're going to add some vinaigrette. There's the end piece. Perfect. Pillowy, very pillowy and soft. Oh, this is going to be delicious. We're going to use our bread slicer. I hope you can see this. I hope my arm is not in the way. We're just going to slice. You see that? See how soft? Beautiful bread. I am so impressed with this camping oven. Okay, we're going to get a little butter here. Put a nice little helping of butter on here. We'll get Amy to come over here and try everything. Oh, that looks delicious. All right, we've got a nice piece of buttered bread here. We're going to add a couple slices of these tomatoes. And I made a delicious vinaigrette. Just balsamic vinegar, oil, garlic powder, salt, pepper. And we're going to dump that over these for a little taste. And now our beans. Look at those beans. Oh my goodness. Let's get a nice helping of beans. You see how these cooked up? These little Vienna sausage. Oh, that's going to be so delicious. Put it here. And let's get Amy to test it.
Yay!
Well, what do you think?
I'm going to try it right now. I want to make sure I get a little weenie in it.
It's hot. I don't serve cold food. Is it good? Tell us about the Vienna sausages.
They're pretty good. They're definitely not hot dogs,
Right?
but they're good. They're good. And that jalapeno in there.
Delicious dish.
Yeah, these are good. Little grilled.
What about your tomato? That's from our garden. Can you believe that?
It looks beautiful.
Look at that beautiful tomato. Little balsamic vinaigrette.
If I can get it to cut it. My hands are owie right now. Okay, here we go.
Delicious.
Oh, that is so good.
Can you believe we grew that?
We didn't. You did.
Very good.
Now, look at how beautiful that is.
See how pillowy?
Oh, it's...
Good stuff. Camp oven did good, huh?
That's
All right.
amazing it cooked it that well. That's fabulous.
Thank you. I'm so glad you like it. All right, everybody. We were loving those weenie beans. They came
were so
out
good.
so good in
So
that
good.
bread.
The bread was delicious. The texture on it was absolutely out of this world.
It was just perfect. It was like the perfect white sandwich loaf bread. I
Yeah,
can't
it
even
was
tell
so
you.
good.
So we're going to be doing a lot more baking out in that camping oven for sure. And those weenie beans, I'm telling you, that is the way to cook those little Vienna sausages. They
so
came
good.
out delicious.
You would never know. You would never know. They're not hot dogs.
You would never know. And Grandpa loved them too, so that always makes us happy. Please give us a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe if you haven't already.
Leave us a comment below. Let us know you're there. We'd love to hear from you.
And we are going to be talking to you really soon. God bless
God
you
bless.
all.
Peace.